All right, hey guys, welcome. I like to have fun and joke around and be cool, write about things here, but a more serious sports topic video in a way today. I just went down a rabbit hole about Chief Osceola, which is the mascot of the Florida State Seminoles. And if you didn't know, the reason that they get to keep their mascot is because of the Florida Seminole people letting Florida State use that mascot, right? And everything that goes into the flaming spear stuff and the war chant and the paint and all that is checked off by them. But there's a reason they picked Osceola. Okay, Chief Osceola. Doing my research, this dude was dope. All right, so a little bit of history, I guess, lesson here. I actually loved history back in school. I really did pay attention and listen a lot, but we didn't learn a ton about Seminoles here in Indiana because they're more native to the South. So we, learned more about Cheyenne and Cherokee up here and everything. Anyway, to all my non-American viewers, I want to start off by saying that there was terrible things that happened in the early 1800s to like 1850 to the Native American people in this country. And a lot of it was one man, Andrew Jackson. You've heard of the Trail of Tears probably. It's when over 100,000 were relocated and killed in the process from one place to another. The Florida Seminole people that still are there were the ones who resisted and said no, and one of the biggest was Chief Osceola, who is, again, depicted as Florida State's mascot. That's who you see on the logo. That's who you see throw down the spear. Well, let's talk about who's behind that mascot. A long, rambling intro is over. Chief Osceola only lived for about 34, 35 years, okay? But this man had a phenomenal life of resistance. So he actually early on became friends at a young age, about 17, 18, with a army general guy, and he locked up Osceola multiple times for misbehaving and doing whatever, and that made Osceola grow a little bit of resentment, and it made all the Seminole people down there grow resentment, which leads to the Dade Massacre. We call it a massacre because it was the Seminoles being really, it's really a resistance kill thing, right? When we talk about things that are revolutionary, I think, right, you have to remember how things are going, right? These people are getting taken away from their home and shoved somewhere else. So Osceola and I can't remember the name, but the actual leader of the Seminole people at the time led a sneak attack and killed about 101 army people of the United States of America. This led to a lot of unrest and led to the Second Seminole War, which would lead to Osceola getting captured. Now, this is one of the most controversial moments in American history. Literally, guys, there was a peace treaty signed, a white flag waved saying, hey, you know what? We got to have peace. It's cool. Y'all could be here. We're going to be here too. Everything's cool, right? We waved the white flag. But instead, when Osceola goes to, sign, okay, we're going to have a peace treaty, they capture him, send him to South Carolina, where he then dies of malaria in jail. This is not a good ending. Good ending to this story. It's actually very upsetting. I think it's cool that we have a tradition in a college sport that's really big and really American now that does represent, again, such a cool person in history and someone who's very important to not only the Seminole people, but Native American people in general. Okay? However, I think it's important to know that his life was ended and his life was made harder by the same American people that now have that institution. This is not me trying to get political, get woke or anything. I just think it's important to take away the layer of film when you're actually looking at these situations. Again, the Seminole people of Florida love the Seminoles. They think it's cool. Everything that Chief Osceola, the representation on the field, pregame, is checked off by Seminole descendants, right? And again, they pick Osceola for a reason of what I'm doing, I think, right? To do your research, to look into Chief Osceola and really learn something. So I hope you did. This is not me being like the greatest teacher ever. This is just little deep dives I went into, and my info might not be great. Go do your own research on this. There is so much to learn, deeper than Osceola, but about the Seminole people of Florida that I never knew. So next time you look at a mascot, any mascot, doesn't even have to be a Native American one in Florida. It could be the Boilermakers in Lafayette, Indiana, right? Why are they called the Boilermakers? Let's do research on what a Boilermaker is, right? Just do that. It's fun. I think it's good. I think it's great to have information and learn things new every day. And yeah, that's what I learned about Chief Osceola, the actual Chief Osceola. And the one thing that really sad, right before I go here, is that he told the guy who was a U.S. Army medic, basically before he died, he's like, "Hey, can I go back to Florida? I want to rest in Florida," and he didn't. He's resting in South Carolina. So I guess the cool part, I'm getting kind of emotional. I know that you're like, dude, this guy's been done. But again, this is a very, I guess the cool thing is he didn't get to rest in Florida, but every Saturday during college football season, he rests in Florida. You know what I mean? Every home game on Saturday, millions across the country will see Chief Osceola in Florida. And that's where he wanted to be buried. So I guess if there's any silver lining to this. That's all I got. Little bit of history with Affleck time, not perfect. So again, do more research, but that's what I learned about Chief Osceola today. The man behind the mascot. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.